What's up, gamers? This is Proto, and welcome to another episode of Like or Dislike, where I look at some of the latest games that come out. I give you a synapse of the story, tell you what it's about, tell you what I think about the mechanics of the game, while showing you some gameplay, and at the end doing a pros and cons, let you know if you might be interested in getting the game, so you can decide whether it's worth spending your money on. And today we are looking at Watch Dogs Legion. Now this is a game I had definitely been looking forward to since I first heard it announced come out, and I've been enjoying majority of my time in it. But let's not waste any more time. Now, Watch Dogs Legion is the third game in the Watch Dogs series. This is a third-person action-adventure game where hacking is a big thing. Now, with this one, it's taking place in London. Now, this is only a short time after the events in Watch Dogs 2, because now the CTOS system is now in London. So we've had the CTOS system start in Chicago, move to San Francisco, and now it's in London. Now, the London DedSec group discovers their terrorist group is trying to blow up Parliament and other areas of the city, and they try to stop them, but it ends up being a trap, with the blame of the attacks being put on DedSec. Now, of course, after this happens, they're labeled as the terrorist group for the bombings. A PMC company called Albion is called in to restore order, and they remain in power afterwards, with all this taking place in a few short months. So this PMC took over, they went after all the members of DedSec. DedSec has been more or less disbanded, and this is where you come in. Now it's up to you to restart up the London DedSec, clear their name, discover who's really behind the attacks, why they did it, while helping London push back the PMC in charge. So it sounds like it's a lot to do, so you will have a decent amount to do in this game. Now what makes this game different from the other two is, instead of creating your own character or having a pre-made one, you actually are the citizens of the city. You're actually the NPCs that you see walking around. How this works is each citizen of the city has their own set of skills, a unique weapon to them, good or bad perks, because some can have good, some can have bad perks, some can have a mix of both, and their own reason for either liking or hating DedSec. And with that, you can recruit nearly anyone, including the ones that don't like you. And you can recruit them by proving the reason that they hate you is invalid, or by helping them with an issue they got going on, and it shows them that DedSec is really there for the people. So I really like that. And when you recruit these people, you'll have access to different things they do. You'll have access to certain areas because if they work for certain fields, like if they do construction work or they're a police officer, you'll have access to go to construction sites, police stations. You can walk around, not completely unnoticed, but you can walk around and not have a lot of eyes on you instead of just being a random person walking in there. Now, it's important how you interact in the city because it plays into how you can recruit people. Now, you know, most of the time in these type of games, people are just driving around, running over the NPCs, shooting up everybody. But this time it actually has an effect. Whether you're starting random fights, fighting with the local gang and the PMC, all the citizens will react to that. If you're saving a citizen, they're going to remember that. So if you try recruiting them, they're going to remember it. If you knocked out one of the PMC agents and you try recruiting him, it's going to be harder to recruit him because he remembers, hey, one of your people knocked me out. So it really makes you sometimes, instead of just going around just blindly running over people and killing people, actually makes you think a little bit about your actions. And I like that. It's a change of pace. Because if you want a certain person that has a real unique skill or a certain weapon that you want, you may try not knocking them out or running them over or killing them in that fact. Now otherwise, it has the standard open world settings feel. You have objectives to complete all around that move the story forward, and there can be anything as sneaking around, gathering intelligence, kidnapping people, destroying things, usual things that you do in open world games, running errands more or less. Now you have to liberate sections of the city, and you have to do certain things in the city to get the people to rise up, and then you own that area, you get more people that want to follow you. You have collectibles, story lore, customizing clothing for the characters, mini games, and more. So the traditional open world settings for a game. Now you can equip your operatives with different gadgets that help them on their missions using tech points that you can find around the world. And you pretty much use these tech points how you want to. If you want to use it to buy gadgets or certain weapons, you can do that. And then you can upgrade them up to like a third tier system with the tech points. So it's really based on your playstyle with that. Now I like that you can change agents on the fly, but if they get injured or arrested, they are set on a cooldown time until they can be used again. Now if you want something a little bit more challenging, they have a permadeath mode that you can start up. Now the thing is, you have to start the permadeath at the beginning of the game. You can't turn it on midway through the game. Now if you have it on and you realize you don't like that, then you can turn it off, but keep that in mind. Just like how it says, it's permadeath. If they go down, they're dead for good. You lose that agent, you lose all their abilities. You got to try to find someone else that has those same skills. Now I'm not going to say every NPC has a unique set of skills, but they have a good variety and they're mixed up. It probably took me a few hours before I actually ran into another NPC that had the same skills I had seen before. Like the same exact skills, same exact weapon. A lot of times they might have the same skills but different weapons, or different skills and the same weapon. So they did a good job in mixing it up, in my opinion. Now fast travel is unlocked from the beginning, but load screens can be annoying, so keep that in mind. You have load screens when you're using the fast travel. You have load screens if you fast travel to the safe house. When you're going in and out of the safe house, you have load screens. It is annoying. Some load up pretty fast, some take about a minute or two. Makes me wonder how the game is going to look on the PS5 and the Series X if we're even going to see any loading screens at all. But keep that in mind. It can be annoying. It was at least annoying for me. Now, disclaimer, there is a shop that you can spend real money on for more outfits, masks, in-game credits, and certain special tier characters. But do you really need it? Nah, not really. Like, you can earn a lot of money in the game by doing random things. So it's not that hard. That's just for people that just don't want to do a grind whatsoever. But keep in mind, it is there, and I have to let you guys know. Like I said, you really don't need these outfits and masks unless you just want them. Now graphically, the game looks very nice. It's very nice detail. I really feel like I'm in the city of London, moving around, going from the nice areas to the bad areas. The gameplay is very good, it's very smooth. The only real frame rate issue I saw was when I was flying so high on a drone. The cars and drones below me were kind of moving at a frame by frame, but I think that's mainly because I was up so high and it was trying to either focus in on them or unfocus, but that wasn't a big deal to me. Now the facial animations, I can see some people can get upset about this. They weren't exactly the best, but they are doable for the game, if you ask me. I can understand them talking. I can understand sometimes their words don't match their lip movements, but it's not going to bug me. I know some people that drives them crazy, but to each his own. Now you'll have to get used to their accents and their form of jokes, so definitely be prepared. You gotta get used to British dry humor. You're gonna have different accents. You're gonna have British accents. You're gonna have accents from people all around the world, so keep that in mind. But that's pretty much the game in a nutshell. So with that being said, let's look into the pros versus the cons. And starting off with the pros, first one we're going to look at is the hacking. They really expanded more in what you can hack in this one. Not from simple as just hacking it one time, or now you can either disable it, turn it against the enemy, or use it yourself. You got different forms of hacking, different ways you can hack things now. And that did change it up. It gave it a breath of fresh air, in my opinion. Now, the next pro we're going to look at is the recruiting people. I think that was a good way of giving the game a breath of fresh air, because it's so easy to allow you to create your own character. It's so easy to give you a pre-made character. But the fact that you're actually an NPC and you're recruiting other NPCs, that's a change of pace. And now it makes you want to like look at what these NPCs are doing or what they can benefit to you. So that adds another level of depth to me, and I really like it. And the last part we're going to look at is the gameplay. Overall, the gameplay is fun and enjoyable. I definitely enjoy the firefights, driving around, hacking, even doing the mini games. It was enjoyable. So kudos on the gameplay. So with the pros done, let's take a look at the cons. The first con we have to look at, and I know I didn't talk about it too much, was the controls. And I think this may be a particular person or particular people. Controls just didn't feel right to me at some points. Sometimes I was hitting buttons and I was doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing. Like I kept pulling out my weapon and my mask, but I wasn't trying to, and alerting people. So it's like I said, sometimes the controls just didn't feel right. Now the next con we're gonna look at is non-lethal weapons. Now this is what kind of threw me off some, because even in Watch Dogs 2 you could 3D print weapons, but they were still shot live rounds. In this one, everyone in Dead Set has like stun weapons that you can open with gadgets. Now people that you recruit can have their own weapons, and that helps out. But when you're fighting against gang members and PMC that's using real weapons, real bullets, stun weapons take twice as long to take them down opposed to them shooting you with bullets. So I thought that was kind of weird and dumb. Like I said, in the previous two, you was able to use weapons. Like I said, under DedSec is supposed to be a non-lethal group, but in the beginning of the game, they say you restore DedSec how you want to. So let my people carry weapons so they can defend themselves if they need to. They going against a gang, I wouldn't want them going with stun weapons. But that's just me. And the last con we're gonna look at is the loading screens. If you didn't figure that one out, the loading screens are very annoying. The fact that this game is in 2020 and loading screens, and it's just the loading screens took a long time. I felt like I was playing a 2010, 2005 game with these long loading screens. Like I said, maybe on the PS5 and Series X it will be much shorter. Maybe it won't be loading screens at all, but we'll see. But that's pretty much the pros and cons of the game. Overall, I'm definitely enjoying it. Minus these cons, which are annoying the crap out of me, I'm still enjoying the game. I enjoyed my playthrough of it, and now I'm playing it, streaming it for our story days. So if you want to see some real live play of it, because I started a brand new game fresh for the stream, you can catch that on Saturdays. But that's pretty much a review. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. If you enjoyed the game, if you got it, let me know what you like and don't like about it. If you're thinking about getting it and it helps you out, let me know. Definitely hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. If there's other games you want me to review, hit me up on Twitter, shoot me a DM, and I'll try to see if I can pick it up and do a review on it. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I talk about stuff going on in the gaming tech world. I do reviews on some of the latest gaming tech that's out. I do top 10 and new games coming out every month and so much more. Make sure to follow me on my social media pages. Like I said, if you want to reach out to me, you can hit me up on Twitter. You got a game you want me to take a look at, you can shoot me a DM on there. You can join our Facebook page. Just don't be surprised if you hit me up and you want to talk about gaming. I might talk your ears off because I love gaming. You can catch me streaming on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, doing a variety of games. Multiplayer themed games on Monday, Indie Day games on Wednesday, and storyline game days on Saturday or Sunday. And like I said, we're playing Watch Dogs, so that will be pretty much the game that will be streamed for the rest of this month, more or less. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch you guys in the next review. Y'all take care.